Governor Gretchen Whitmer, nice enough to join us today. Just this afternoon, the big news, of course, you announced that restrictions being lifted in retail and some restaurants in regions specifically 6 and 8. For people who don't know, that's the greater Traverse City area, as well as the UP, effective this Friday, in fact, just in time for a holiday weekend. That is great news indeed. But let's talk about the playbook they're going to be using to stay safe, especially because we can expect some of those to be in play in our state eventually as well.
That's right. Well, it's really important that we get this right. And that's why we are looking at this like a dial instead of a switch. We have to re-engage where it's safe to do so. And we have to do so in a safe way. You know, today we had the chairman and CEO of Dow talk about the protocols that they have in their workspace. We had the mayor of Traverse City talk about how they don't want people to all descend on Traverse City. We need to turn this dial. And so everyone needs to, continue to keep their wits about them, continue to do their part, wear your mask, but we are going to start to re-engage. And our ability to take that next step depends on everyone still doing their part so that this one shows we can take the next one safely. Yeah,
that is good news indeed for sure. Now, this is a rebound show, so a lot of people interested in the resources helping them rebound available to them through the Michigan Bridges website. Talk about maybe, if you could, some of the key takeaways from those resources for people actively looking to utilize some of those resources, if you could.
Yes, I know you're going to be answering a lot of people's questions, and I think that it's really important that people know the Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity is working incredibly hard with the Unemployment Insurance Agency to make sure that as resources, are requested, that they come out, that they get out quickly. And so we've really streamlined the application process. We have quintupled the number of people working there. We know that there still are some people who haven't gotten all the resources that they need in this moment, but if you're eligible, you're going to get them, and we're going to continue working our tails off until we get to every single person.
Governor Whitmer, for a lot of Michiganders, there's a real focus and concern when it comes to our seniors and veterans as well. What should people know about the Area Agency on Aging and the MIVET, or MyVet, if you will?
Well, it's really important that all of these different agencies are connected and we're working together to make sure that we're meeting the needs of our most vulnerable. And of course, anyone over 60 is uniquely vulnerable. Our veterans and veterans homes, as congregate care facilities are as well. And that's why we're taking this so seriously, working with a variety of agencies, from the Health and Human Services Department to the LEO to keep people safe, to Lara, who licenses, and to our veterans services, so that we are making a priority of keeping people safe in this moment. It's hard to be isolated, and if you are a person who's got a medical vulnerability, or you are an older adult, you are uniquely vulnerable to this virus, and that's why all of these different agencies are working so closely together to meet needs.
And lastly, Governor Whitmer, we hear a lot about contact tracing. A big focus on the fight moving forward will be that indeed, contact tracing. Tell us about the state's resources in the eventual fight to contain the virus when it comes to contact tracing.
Yeah, so we've got thousands of people that are now signed up to help with the contact tracing. This is really important. So COVID-19 being a novel virus means that there's no cure and there's no vaccine. And until there is one, we have to really be, in a position where we can do robust testing across our state to identify how prevalent COVID-19 is. But once you have a positive test, we also need to be able to contact trace every person, every place that COVID-19 positive patient had been. We need to be able to ferret out who all could be in danger so that we isolate the right people and not have to go into a broader lockdown. And that's why the contact tracing is really important. So if you have been tested, or someone in your life has been, and you get a phone call from an unknown number, answer those calls. I know it's annoying to answer your phone every time it rings, but I encourage you to do so, because our ability to avoid second wave, our ability to avoid a second stay home, stay safe order, is being able to gather the information so we know how prevalent it is, and so that we can isolate where we need to. And that's going to be really important. And contact tracing is a critical component of that. Until we have a vaccine, testing and tracing and isolation are the most important tools that we have.
All right, Governor, some good advice need. We appreciate you joining us tonight on a Rebound special. Thanks for